Complex Sentences, Part 1. Let's talk about growing up for a moment. We begin our lives as children, completely dependent on our parents. As we grow, we become more independent until we can survive on our own. In functional grammar, we can think of clauses in a similar way. Some clauses are like independent adults, while other clauses are like dependent children. In other words, some clauses can stand alone as a sentence, while other clauses cannot be a sentence without a parent clause. Let's think about these three clauses. Clause 1 is independent, which means it can stand alone as a sentence. If we give the first word a capital letter and add a full stop at the end, we have a grammatical sentence. Clause 1 has now become a sentence with the addition of some punctuation. Since the sentence is made up of only one clause, it is called a simple sentence. Clause 2 is also an independent clause. We could give the first word a capital letter and add a full stop to the end. This would also be a simple sentence. Now let's put sentence A and sentence B side by side. Notice how the noun group, the great achievements of history, appears in both sentences. We can combine the two sentences to make one long sentence. Let's look at some options. This option is not grammatically accurate. We have two independent clauses and they have been joined with just a comma. You may know this error as a comma splice. It is possible to fix the comma splice by replacing the comma with a colon or semicolon. A colon or semicolon indicates the elaboration of an independent clause by another independent clause. Using a colon or semicolon would be grammatically correct. Both sentences are now grammatically correct, but they sound repetitive. There is an even better way of combining the clauses. In this example, we have replaced the great achievements of history with the relative pronoun which. The sentence now has a much smoother flow. Now that the second clause is a relative clause, it cannot stand alone as a sentence. This, for example, would not be correct in written English. The second clause, beginning with the relative pronoun which, is a child that cannot be left on its own. The child must be connected to a parent clause. Here's another child clause that we could use. This dependent clause cannot stand alone as a sentence, but it can be joined to a parent clause to enhance the idea. This is a great sentence because it involves three coherently connected clauses. The first clause is independent. The second clause elaborates the first, and the third clause enhances the second. This is yet another important form of grammatical complexity, the joining of ideas through the combination of clauses. You should aim to include at least one complex sentence for each paragraph in your IELTS writing task.